Hey everyone, welcome back. So I made it to Christmas Eve. I made it through 24 videos for you guys. It was a lot of work, but I'm happy I did it. I have thoroughly enjoyed chatting down in the comments with you guys. Thank you guys for being so active down there. And so to wrap it up, for my last day of Bookmas, I want to talk about my top 12 reads of 2024. So I'm very excited to share these with you. I feel so happy about how many 5-star reads I've read this year. It's been such a great reading year. Now, there's 12 books, like I said, on this list, 9 of which are going to be in no particular order. I'm not going to rank them all the way down, but then I have a top 3 as well for you. So here we go. Let's just get started. I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope that this video inspires you to pick some of these up if you haven't read them already. So, no particular order. Like I said, I have 2 here that are both lent out right now, so I'll pop up a picture. But Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez made it into the top 12 this year. I love her writing. I love her romance. I know I sound like a broken record. I say that a lot on this channel, but she definitely, I'm not surprised that she was in my top 12. The other one that I don't have because it's lent out is Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. I loved this book. The writing, the found family, the mystery in it, the octopus in it. He's one of my favorite characters of the year, and he was an octopus. So definitely that one is an easy recommend to any type of reader. I feel like everyone can enjoy that book. Okay, the rest I have physically. Again, no order. Just could not put them in order. But favorite of the year, Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. Adrienne Young, this is only the second book I read by her. She has a new one coming out in 2025 that I'm highly anticipating. She definitely is an author for me. I love her writing. I love all the atmosphere she creates in her books. I feel connected and drawn to and rooting for her characters in both of her books. Her other book was a favorite of last year. This is a favorite this year, so we'll see if the trend continues. We will see. Next one was a great keep you on the edge of the seat mystery. This is Stay Awake by Megan Goldin. This is my favorite that I read by her. I really did enjoy Night Swim as well, and that was all the rage a year or 2 ago, but I enjoyed this one even more. So this really was, this is a high recommend for me if you're looking for a good thriller that'll keep you guessing. The Things We Leave Unfinished by Rebecca Yarros. Such a good romance. We have dual timelines in this one. This is one of my go with the flow books. One of the timelines was insta love. The other one was like a love to hate kind of thing, hate to love. And both timelines were so engaging, and you have a little bit of World War historical fiction in here as well. World War II, I believe. Pretty sure. Yeah, World War II. And there was so many great things about this. Romance readers will love it. Historical fiction readers will love it. So good. So good. Okay, next one. Another Abby Jimenez. Who is surprised? Nobody. The Happily Ever After playlist. I love this book. I love the ending of this book. The chemistry was amazing. I'm not surprised that there's 2 on here. This one was really cool. There, if you have Spotify, there is like a playlist someone made up. Each of these chapters have a song title to it, or like a song that kind of goes with the chapter. And so that was kind of fun to check that out on Spotify. So that was 5 stars. Emily Henry, no one's surprised this made the top 12 either. Funny story. I feel like every year I have an Emily Henry on my favorites list. Just another solid romance author. She's definitely an auto-buy author for me, and this one was no exception. It made me laugh. It made me swoon. I loved it. Loved it. Obviously, I loved all these. They're the top of the year, right? The next one, I can't believe it took me this long to read it, you guys. This one is The Martian by Andy Weir. Andy Weir's writing is top-notch. I laughed out loud so much in this book. Mark Watney is one of the funniest characters. And I was just rooting for him the whole time. I wanted him to make it. I cared about him. I was never bored, even when it was just him alone in space. It blew me away. Blew me away. Rebecca Yarros, The Last Letter. This was really, there was a book that bumped this out of my top 3 of the year, but if I was going in order, this would probably be book 4. But again, I just decided to just pick 9 and not order them. But this one was almost a top 3 of the year. I enjoyed this one a little bit more than the other Rebecca Yarros one I just mentioned. But this book broke me. It made me ugly, sob, like people were worried about me. Like, what's going on, Mom? I'm like, it's just the book. I'm fine. It was so good. And the chemistry in this one, oh, so good. So good. You guys need to pick this up. Okay. In the number 3 spot. Okay, let me tell you. This was so hard. So the number 1, that was easy. That's my number 1 reading experience, favorite of the year. But number 2 and 3 probably could switch back and forth depending on the day of the week. It was so hard. But as of today, when I'm filming this is my third runner-up, number 3 spot, The Women by Kristin Hannah. I'm not surprised there's a Kristin Hannah on this. She's my favorite historical fiction writer. She can do no wrong in my eyes. And the details and the grit and the heart that went into this story, I feel like some people thought there was a little bit of like it could have been a little shorter, maybe some boring parts in the middle, but not for me. I loved this book. I loved her story. I loved the PTSD, the veteran part of it, the war scenes, the when she came home scenes. Everything about this is so good, and it was so neat and refreshing to read a historical fiction that wasn't about World War II that I love so much. This one was Vietnam, and this was number 3. Number 2 of the year is The Frozen River by Ariel Lawhon. What can I say about this book that wouldn't spoil it? Like, I cannot wait to pick up more by her. This story was so amazing. It was atmospheric, the character growth, the mystery in there, the relationship between the main character and her husband was amazing. There was a scene in here that I won't talk about that will always be etched in my mind forever. It was a very graphic but also satisfying scene. And yeah, this was so good. So good. And the author's note at the end, where they talk about the real life character and her diary, and all of that. And it was just fascinating. It was fascinating to get a little insight on what it was like to be not only female in this time period, but also to be a female doctor, and a midwife, and just all of those experiences. It was just amazing. 5 stars. Number 2 of the year. And without further ado, my favorite book of the year. It's hard for me to even articulate to you guys how much I loved this book. It is an all-time favorite. The favorite of the year is All the Colors of the Dark by Whitaker. So much happens in this book, and it was a book that really caught me by surprise because I don't typically pick up more literary fiction, longer books, but I was never bored at one page in this whole entire book. It's taking place over 30 years. You have a lot of main characters, and even the side characters will always be etched forever in my heart and my mind. The writing and the art, like the craft of this, putting this story together, I can't even fathom how he wrote this. Like how everything ties up in the end, how everything is just intertwined, all the characters and the plot and the development, the pacing, everything about this book. Top tier writing. I actually think another Whitaker book may be my first book I pick up in January. I haven't put that in stone yet. But We All Die at the End, I believe, is the one that I just picked up by him that I'm anxious to get to. I can't say enough good things about this book, you guys. If you read none other, this whole list, just read this one. You can't go wrong with any of these. I loved all of them, obviously, but I want everyone to read this book immediately. Pick it up as soon as you can. Just a beautiful, beautiful story. Top tier writing. I don't know what else to say without giving spoilers. This book Buddy read, and it was so amazing to be able to talk about this with other people. This would be a great book club book as well, because there's so much you're going to want to talk about in this book. You should definitely at least buddy read this one, because there's so much you want to discuss. And yeah, there you have it. Number 1 book of the year, Colors of the Dark. Well, there you have it. Those are my top 12 of 2024. We made it through Bookmas. I hope everyone has a wonderful Christmas Eve and enjoys spending the holidays with their family. I will see you in January of 2025 with my next video. Happy reading. Bye.